Hey there everybody, how we all doing? Today I wanted to do something where I kind of break out of my norm. I normally do an educational kind of guide video or something like that where I base what I'm saying off a lot of facts or figures or numbers or what have you. But today I wanted to do something a little bit more metaphysical, I suppose, something a little bit more different, something that kind of breaks from my norm. And kind of the message here that I want to convey to you guys is that I want you guys to break from your norm as well. So what better way to get you to do that than for me to try and do something completely different from what I'm used to. So in the gameplay commentary here, you're going to be seeing me running an R101C carbine in Mark for Death on Nexus, and I'm not going to be using any sights whatsoever. I'm still going to be using stim, but I'm actually going to be using arc nades. I usually use frags and everything, and I'm going to be trying to play a little bit more of a cautious and laid-back kind of approach. I'm still going to be parkouring over like crazy, still going to be trying to move around a lot because that's just kind of the nature of the game. But what I'm going to be trying to accomplish in this game is just staying back a little bit, and just trying to be very intelligent, trying to keep my KD up, try to help my team just by slaying a lot, instead of just throwing my body at things until eventually they work out in my favor, which is my normal playstyle with like a car SNG or shotgun or R97 or what have you. Normally I'm very, very aggressive, and now I'm going to try to be a little bit less aggressive. I will still push when I need to, but try to just kind of hold back a little bit. And this is something that's very different for me, but something that I'm enjoying quite a lot lately. And I've really been finding as well that the carbine, without any sights at all, just using the iron sights, has been working marvelously for me, and that's something that I would never consider doing at all. A friend of mine, Velociraptor from the RA clan, actually mentioned to me a few days ago, well, I guess he's been saying to everyone, not just me exclusively, that he's been using the R101C with iron sights, and it's been freaking amazing. Like, he likes it, almost as much, if not better, than the HCOG, which is strange to me, because generally in most FPSs that I've played with, well, I guess not most FPSs, but those that have aim-down sights, I guess I'm mostly trying to pick on Call of Duty here, is the iron sights on most guns have generally been terrible. And that's kind of by design, so that way to force you to pick a sight on your gun and use one of your pick 10 points, or whatever, or from your bling perk, whatever kind of Call of Duty you're talking about. They kind of wanted to force you into one, and if you chose not to take a sight, they wanted that to actually be a detriment to you, to kind of help balance the game that way, so you don't have like all this other stuff because you decided not to take a sight with you. So in this game, it doesn't really matter as much, it's like, whether you take a sight or you don't, it doesn't affect the rest of your loadout or your kit or anything in any way, so it's completely up to you. So in doing so, what Respawn has done is enabled you to basically choose the exact loadout that you want, at any time, and they can make iron sights, in particular, actually viable. Now, they're not always good, I'm kind of looking at the Spitfire LMG on this one and the Hemlock. Those are just some absolutely horrendous iron sights, and you need to have a scope on those guns. At least I think most people do. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, and there's somebody out there who's actually really good with them, but generally those iron sights are pretty terrible. But apart from those couple of weapons, most of the iron sights in this game are very, very good. Very, very usable, very clear, easy to acquire and track a target from just about any range. It's just a level of, magnification that's different. And one thing that I've really loved about using the iron sights on the carbine like this is that it has the lowest magnification of any of the zooming in options. So basically, it just... You don't have to zoom in that much. So it's not like the HCOG where you get that zoom. It's not like the AOG where you get a big zoom and like that big, circle occluding your aim. Basically you just get that little fraction of a little zoom in, I guess almost like to simulate like your character focusing or something down the barrel of his sights. But, it enables you to use the weapon at a much closer range more effectively than what you could normally do. Now, I'm generally a closer range player, just by design. Even if I'm using a long range weapon, I'm still going to use it at relatively close ranges for that weapon. So, being able to bring the carbine into a closer range fight just a little bit more effectively than I could before has actually made quite the difference for me. Before, I didn't really like using the carbine so much. I would use like a hollow sight or an AOG on it. I would prefer to use not AOG, hollow sight or HCOG. I liked the zoom level of the HCOG, but I didn't like the actual reticule on it. I like the HCOG's reticule better, so I would usually just run the God, I'm just getting myself all confused here with the names. I would run the hollow sight because I like the I like the reticule on the hollow sight. but I like the zoom level on the HCOG. So using the iron sights here on the carbine is actually kind of giving you this little tiny little red dot and a very clear opening that I never would have considered to even try, because I just figured, like, based on my past Call of Duty kinds of experiences, that, oh, the iron sights are going to be terrible, you know, it's just good, it's not going to be usable, it's going to be like awful, you know, unless like they put like a COD 4 AK-47 in here. I don't want any of these, you know, BS iron sights. But, you know, I was wrong about that. You know, you take a look at some of the iron sights in this game and they're actually very good. So, you know, kind of changing from my norm, you know, of always putting a sight on my guns and just, you know, just going for the iron sights and giving them a try, I found something that I actually like a whole lot better. And here I am over 800 hours into the game and I'm just discovering that I like the iron sights best on my carbine. You know, like, I'm sure that, you know, you guys that haven't played anywhere near as much as I have plenty of these, you know, little moments just waiting to happen. So I would encourage you, you know, just try a new kind of loadout. Try something that you're not used to. You know, if you're usually, you know, a shotgun player, you know, try a carbine for a little while. You can still play very aggressively with it, you know, or even, you know, if you don't want to go straight into a carbine, try a car SMG with counterweight, you know, and just get used to, you know, that close range tracking. Instead of like the twitchy aim that the shotgun usually supports, you know, and just try to do something different. Just change things up a bit. You know, you might suck at first, you might suck for a week, but if you keep doing it and doing it, you're obviously going to get better at it. And the more multi-competent you become in different playstyles with the game, the more you're going to be able to understand, you know, the situations that your enemies are in and that you're putting them in. And, you know, you can better predict how they're going to react or what they're going to do. And you can just generally be a lot more effective. You know, the more that I play with assault rifles or the carbine or the hemlock, you know, I'm starting to learn, you know, what works and what doesn't for, you know, people that are using these weapons. And, you know, what is killing me the most? You know, like, how am I dying the most? What's the most effective against me? You know, if somebody rushes me with a shotgun, what are they doing to kill me, you know? And I'm able to kind of study that, and then when I go back to my main weapon, which is the shotgun, I have that knowledge, and, you know, I'm just that much better. So I encourage you guys to try, you know, figure out something new, try something just different, you know, change your loadout for a week. It might suck, but, you know, you're going to learn something new and you're going to get a whole lot better. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This Gooser was pretty awesome. I only got like a couple hits on that guy. Velociraptor, I think, did most of the work. He was whining in TeamSpeak right at that moment, saying how, oh, I should have got that and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something new. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. See you next time. Take care.